Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Monday morning? This is Reganelite here. Good morning, everyone. I'm still here. Why am I hearing my voice? That's because I've got the volume on. Welcome to November. It is the 3rd of November, and it is the 11th, 2025 at 11 a.m. UK time. We are dual streaming live on youtube.com/Reganelite. And on twitch.tv/Reganelite1. For those who don't know, welcome. For those who don't know what we do on this show here, we cover the daily quota, which is today's quote. We look at the weather here in the UK. We have a touch up of the weather looking in the Europe as well, and then we have a look at see what web pages are, what the news is going on, guys. Not so much headlines in papers, but actually what the websites are actually saying. So like the Guardian, Sky News, a couple of UK ones, but we also look at today. We're going to be looking at some world ones as well. So I've got Associated Press, Al Jazeera, Middle East and NBC News, a couple of different other ones there, and we go for about roughly an hour. So we stop at 12 o'clock, just for reference there. For anyone who is new to the show. Before we get going, I'm just going to say hello to people in the chat. Matty Von Eric, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. It's good morning to you, Scott. Hope you are doing well there. Trip as well. Good to see you there. Stephen Banker, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Ellie, I see you there just at the bottom there. Good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Hope you guys all had a good weekend. Hope you, for those who celebrated Halloween, hope you had a lovely Halloween. I was dressed up as Gandalf the Grey for Halloween, if you must know what I dressed up as, guys. Unfortunately, Saruman stole my staff, so I didn't have a staff to go with my costume, unfortunately, guys. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It's been a while since I've dressed up for Halloween as well, so that was good. I'm a little bit exhausted because we did a lot of traveling yesterday, me and my partner, as well as go to a wrestling show. So both me and her today are a bit knackered, knackered today. And I went and did a proper walk this morning as well, because I needed to get one done, because I hadn't done one at all last week, guys. Shame on me. But got a lot to do this week, content-wise here. I'm also donating blood this Thursday. Cross fingers, guys, it actually turns out all right, because the last time, as I shared with you guys, the last time I donated blood, it didn't all go through. So let's hope that this time it works out for us. I've also got a very late wrestling show on Friday as well. And we got the Eco Flake show this Thursday as well, with myself and One Angry Pagan. And for those who are just curious to know why there is no premiere video on Saturday, I just had no time to record it, is the general answer. I wanted to, and I just didn't have the time, guys. So I do apologize. I did want to record one, I just didn't have the time to do so, guys. And I was there. I was watching the Dave McGuinness's morning show. I only had time to say good morning, and then I literally had work to do in the background. I didn't even have time to chat in the chat, because I was literally recording videos, literally as I was listening, like muting it for a bit and then recording and then stopping mute. I was recording short videos for anyone's curious there. What did I think of Saturday night main event results? I don't watch WWE, so I can't comment on it, Matty. I don't watch WWE, so I can't comment on it. I hope the Dracula visit goes well, dude. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. Right, let's have a look at today's daily quota. Here it is, guys. Here is today's daily quota here, if you can see it there. And if you guys want one for yourself there, you got www.littlepennythoughts.com if you guys are interested in having one for your own here. Oh, and just a reminder there, we do have a Super Chat goal if you guys want to help achieve today's Super Chat goal. Minimum is £2, but just 5 Super Chats. If we can get 5 done today, that'd be fantastic. So if you guys can support in any way towards the goal, that'd be greatly appreciated. So this one is from Charlie Chaplin. Today's daily quota here. It's a very simple one. We think too much and feel too little. We think too much and feel too little. Charlie Chaplin. I think it's a very nice one. Very nice one. Interesting one for tomorrow. But if you want to know what tomorrow's one is, you're going to have to join me tomorrow, guys, for that one indeed. So let us have a look and see what's happening in the weather, guys. what's happening in the weather today, guys? So I hope everyone coped with it fine over the weekend. Let me just screen over here. So here we are. The wind, I put the wind on already, guys. So for those who are curious what I'm using here, this is bbc.co.uk/weather/map. So you can have a look at this yourself if you guys want to try it out yourself here. But I've got it set. This is right now I'm going to just switch that. Yeah. This is for today. And this is the current winds and temperatures we have right here. So just going through here, a couple of ones here. Madrid 15, Lisbon 17, Rome 17 here. Budapest 17, Istanbul for 17 there, Zagreb, Vienna, Prague 9 at 7, Bern 7, Berlin 9, Warsaw 9, Kiev 10, Paris 14 there, Oslo 8 with some snow dropping in the mountains up there. You can see St. Petersburg 7 and Moscow 8 there. Reykjavik 8, Chile 3 there with some showers of snow there as well. But specifically here in the UK, if we just scroll a bit more further in, Brussels there and 12. Temperatures not too bad, 15 14 degrees in most parts there, pretty much 15 14 pretty much everywhere in the UK, which for it looks temperature wise there, which is pretty good. What's not so good is the showers, of course. We've got some showers forecast in parts of the UK there. We can see that's going to be coming over. Let's come over, or some of you may be experiencing it literally as we speak here. So there are going to be some shower spots here and there. It looks like mainly Scotland's going to be getting it there. Northern Ireland and Ireland going to be getting that as well as parts of Wales. Certain parts of England there, north of England, is going to be getting some as well. Going overnight into the next day again, not a chilly night at all in comparison to previous nights there. So it's not going to be too bad, but overnight there again, look, temperatures are going to be pretty good overnight, guys. So you could get away with not putting on the heating. You can get away with not putting on the heating, to be fair. Yeah. Scott Hayes, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. No worries, I don't watch AEW just because Will Ospreay is a great apologist. He and Scotty essentially do. He and Scotty Essex did as well. I know both Polly and Scott personally. Trained with both of them at Dragon Pro. Wow, awesome. Oh, thanks for sharing that, Matty. Appreciate it. No, well, I hope, in all seriousness, I hope you enjoyed the Saturday night main event show. In all seriousness. Overnight, guys, into the next day here, we can see some showers here and there, but looks like it's mainly north of England. Most of Wales looks like it's going to be feeling that rain there into Tuesday morning there. Most of Scotland looks like it's going to be okay. Parts of it are still going to get some steady showers, but most parts looks like in the morning, Tuesday morning there, it's going to be dry. Heading into the afternoon there, we can see this big thrust of storm that's coming in tomorrow, guys, from the looks of it here. Temperatures still remaining pretty okay, pretty solid here, but looks like wind's going to be picking up there from this storm. This sort of storm that's going to be coming in all day here, from Monday 12 o'clock all the way in. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much all day, pretty much. So the whole of Wales and many parts of England are going to be covered here. There is going to be some parts of Scotland who are going to experience some rain, so just be aware of that as well. So high winds and a huge amount of rain expected there for parts of Scotland and Wales going into the next day there. Good morning, Peter. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. First super chat of the November, first super chat of the week. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a very good weekend. If you do Halloween, I hope you enjoyed the Halloween festivities. If you don't, it's totally all right as well. But thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Moving into Wednesday, guys, overnight here we can see temperatures again not too bad. Not too much change in terms of temperature here, but looks like most of the weather is going to be drifting. There's still going to be some showers here and there, but again, temperatures are not changing, guys. They're staying roughly around about the same here. So it doesn't look like we're going to be experiencing much change. In fact, there's only going to be some increases in temperatures, a little bit of an increase there Wednesday. Going to be a little bit warmer, 16 degrees here. But there is still going to be some showers here and there, but nothing really too much. So Wednesday should be pretty solid there as well. So next couple of days, guys, from the looks of it here, we're going to get temperatures not going to be a problem. Temperatures should be all right both day and night there, but you're going to get some showers here and there. My recommendation is just probably take a brolly or raincoat with your travels just to be on the safe side. But overall, the weather should be pretty okay for the week here. You could get away with not the heating on this week if you can not, because it doesn't look like it's going to drop temperatures at all from the looks of it there. So that's what we're looking at there, guys. Okay, guys. So let's talk about the story that everyone wants to talk about. That we can't stop talking about. So, oh, wasn't supposed to do that. Right, hopefully my screen doesn't play up, because oh damn it, now my screen is playing up. I said my screen don't play up, and then if it starts playing, and then it just starts playing up. Typical, guys. Right, here we go. So, front of the UK of Guardian here on the UK. Man is in charge after the mass stabbing on a train to Cambridgeshire. Suspect was arrested after the incident on Saturday evening service from Doncaster to London King's Cross. You know what's scary? I've been on that service as well. That does make me a little bit uncomfortable knowing I've been on a service, been on that kind of service. I've actually been on their trains. They're really nice trains as well. Absolute heartfelt condolences to all the victims and people there. I just don't know why someone did something like this. Should there be more done? Should there be more protections and more people on the train to protect? To be fair, like Dave McGuinness said, this is extremely rare for something like this to happen. It is a freak accident. It is rare that these things happen. I don't think it means we need to have more bodies on the trains. However, one thing I will say, as somebody around where I take trains, there's no guards. There's no one. There's barely some of the trains and trains around where I live. There's no train. There's nobody on the station, and there's literally nobody on the train except the driver. That's it. So it's definitely more. You're definitely more vulnerable on those trains than you are on this one. To be fair, it seems the person has been charged from the story that I've heard with regards to it. This story I was actually browsing some of the world news. Some of the world news is covering this as well, because that's how big of a story it is. Because it's really quite shocking. I don't know what more to say. There's what action needs to be taken? I mean, I don't honestly know what action needs to be taken, really. I mean, people have knives. It's just why we need to obviously do more to tackle knife crime. We need to discourage people from carrying knives. We need faith to be restored in our police service, because there's a lot of distrust in our police, which is why people carry knives as well. People living in hostile communities. So there's a lot of work still needs to be done with regards to that as well. But obviously next month I'm going to be getting on a train by myself going all the way to Manchester. I'm going to be travelling back the next day as well. That does make me a little bit uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's like, these things very rarely happen. It's very, very rare, and let's hope it does not. We don't have another incident like this for a long time, guys. Let's see what else there is in the news. So Nigel Farage is literally speaking. Well, I don't know if he's speaking right now, but Live Politics is saying Labour says Farage will revive austerity as we prepare to set out his economic vision in her speech. The Reform UK leader is expected to promise a deregulation and spending cuts as Labour and Conservatives attack the policies. So yeah, more deregulation, more cutting of red tape, give businesses basically more carte blanche to make more money for themselves at the expense of ordinary people. That's kind of the policy kind of thing that Reform Russia want to implement on us. Obviously, I'll have there are some clips there from the speech later on today, but that's essentially what it is. Is he really going to talk about helping people, getting people out of the cost of living crisis? I don't know if he's going to be doing that. I don't expect him to be doing that. So let businesses do whatever while the average person gets less, says Revolution of US. Yeah, pretty much. And the thing is that if you don't have rules and regulations to protect the industries and that, you end up with what happened in 2008 with the financial banking crash. That's essentially what we're going to be like. If we think there won't be another financial crash with the likes of people running like the UK and the US right now, would not want that. But it's absolutely, rules are good, taxes are good. It's really important to have them, but they want to take that away. So the UK economy is doomed under Labour, says Ryanair chief. At the moment, it looks like that, but Rachel Reeves is in an impossible situation. It's going to be very fascinating to see at the end of this month. And it's going to be at the end of this month we're going to finally find out the budget. It's annoying that we have to wait this long. When is it? 26th of November. So late that budget. Outrageous. Tax rises and drops in investment predicted to limit UK growth there. Sadiq Khan is called on Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, to bring an authentic Labour budget that boosts green investment. I think there's going to be something, to boost green investment. I think there may be something in the budget with regards to that. I don't think, she's going to completely ignore that. Tragedy of the Commons, except the corpse owns of all the Commons, at least no government shutdowns. Yeah, absolutely terrible what's happening in the US right now. We will come to that, revolutions, we will. Stephen Banker says this could have ended up slowing communities on trains. Having to have staff on to monitor and check people don't have said weapons on them before they on board. I think it will put a lot of people off today. A lot of people will be put off getting on the train today after that. They'll be put off. There'll be a lot of people be put off by it for sure after that terrible incident. MPs urge Minister to adopt definition of Islamophobia amid rise of hate crime there as well. Let's just have a look at the front of UK before we switch gears and see what else there is. Pregnant UK teenager Bella May Khalid freed from Georgian jail there. Metal detectors at train stations would make life impossible, says UK Transport Secretary. Heidi Alexander says security review of Cambridgeshire's train stabbing will consider all other options. Metal detector scanners at train stations will make life impossible for passengers, the Transport Secretary said, adding that review into Secretary of the Mass Stabbing Hygiene will examine all other options. A member of the train staff who intervened to protect passengers at service remain critically on. Yeah, he's in stable condition at the moment. His condition is now stable. That's good. What is this about? I don't think airport-style scanners would be the way to go. Transport Secretary told Sky News. I understand why you asked the question, and I understand why some of your viewers might be wondering about that. I totally disagree with this. Like, you do not want to turn stations into that. That it would never. Yeah, as a trip has just literally said, it would never work. Literally, like the train, I don't know how many how many guys have stations like this where you are, but literally my train station, the closest one to me, right? They only have one person there between the rush hour in the morning, like 7 in the morning, to like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then the guy goes home, and then that's it. And then the only thing that's at the station is literally one ticket machine. If that ticket machine goes wrong, you're buggered because you can't get a ticket, or you have to go to your local shop to top up your oyster or something. Like, it's so, and there's loads of stations that are open. Like, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. It's a dumb idea. It's not going to work. I don't know why you would ask the question. Like, one incident does not justify justify security on a massive scale. One thing I have said about train stations, though, is that I do believe there should be at least one person. There should be at least 2 ticket machines at every single train station, which my local station does not have, because if one ticket machine breaks down, at least someone's got another one to use. The other thing is that I do think there should be at least one person at a train station, every single train station in the UK, so that there's someone to speak to, rather than the whole goddamn speaking bubble thing that you have to use. I just think I think it's ideal. That's just my personal opinion, but we have thousands of railway stations across the UK, and those stations have multiple entrances in multiple platforms. What we can't do is make life impossible for everyone. We need to make it sensible and proportionate stakes. Not only would you make it impossible, but you also discredit people from getting on the train, and you will also encourage more people to get in the cars, which you're supposed to be trying to do. You're trying to stop people getting in cars, in terms from an environmental perspective as well. So you want to stop people getting in cars. So you're only going to just put people off as well. You're only going to put people off. So yeah. Generally, it's a low crime environment. Yeah, it's generally it's like, I think even Dave McGuinness said on his show, like, generally, like, there is verbal abuse. Sometimes there's assault. Sometimes there's fights. Sometimes spitting and whatnot. But it never goes as far as murder or someone trying to stab another person. It never goes that far on the train. So it's incredibly rare for it to do so. Like, literally, like, I've been on train multiple times. Yeah, when I travel, I always get caught up with Arsenal fans traveling to the Emirates Stadium from the trains that I have to catch, and like, sometimes there's a bit of banter between some Arsenal fans and other fans on that same train, but it's just friendly banter. But I don't know what it's like after the games, but times have changed, Scott, and manners are not a priority for travelling these days. Yeah, I think just having stations and trains manned at traditional manner is enough. Yeah, I want that still to be the case, but they're looking at it all from a cost perspective. They don't want to pay the staff to be at the train stations. That's what they don't want to do. So they and they hate it. They hate it when disabled people need to get on at a certain train station, because it means that somebody has to go out of their way to go to that train station and help their person on board, which they should be doing anyway. Yes, at least one person. Boost jobs as little as they can say. It's easily affordable. It is easily affordable, but they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. I think every station should have one person manned at the station. I can understand. There's no point having them overnight, but I think there should always be someone there. I think it just really does makes people feel more. It makes people feel safer. It also makes people feel comfortable, and also for women, it makes them feel comfortable as well. But I know that's not going to happen. That's the direction we're going, guys. Emergency services called to a train derailment in Cumbria. So we had a train derailment as well. History won't forgive us if the UK falls behind in quantum computing race, says Tony Blair. I'm not going to take anything that warmonger has to say. I'm not taking anything from a war criminal. Sorry, guys. He's a war criminal. He should be in prison. He sent British troops to a war that we did not want to be a part on to die. He should be in prison, yeah, for it. He lied. The American president lied. They should be held accountable for it. He's a war criminal. Don't care what Tony Blair has to say. Right, let's have a look at what the Associated Press has said here. Government shutdown could become the longest ever, as Trump says he won't be extorted by the Democrats. How bad is it? I know this week is going to it's going to be really bad. It's really bad now because obviously more benefits have been cut off now. What's happening here in the US? President Donald Trump said in an interview aired on Sunday that he won't be extorted by Democrats who are demanding negotiations to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies that expire at the end of the year for millions of Americans, echoing congressional Republicans. The president said on CBS 60 Minutes that he will only negotiate when the government is reopened. But then the Democrats have no hand. Like, it's just you're saying, oh, but if you just follow, it's like it's fine, just we'll make it happen. It's like it's okay. It's like no. Like, no, the Democrats need to hold firm on this. I hate this. I hate this because there are people on both sides of this aisle. The American public are suffering desperately on this, right? What really scares me as well is that I don't know if airports are going to get shut down, because I know that the services are getting reduced every single day. But I can't imagine America functioning without planes flying. But every day they're not getting paid. The air traffic controllers, let more and more of them calling off sick. What's the point of them working when they're not even going to get paid? Like, if they stop working and America stops flying, there's going to be a lot of angry businessmen out there. There's going to be a lot of angry business people out there. Never mind ordinary Americans. Business people will be really angry, and there'll be pressure, and they should be the ones pressuring the Republican government, the Trump administration, to give the Democrats at least the Affordable Care Act, to at least get the government open. When Broncos confirmed if those Target ads are anything to go by, man's got style, says Matty. What ad were you referring to? Sorry. Admittedly, I use trains a few times a year. Glasgow to Manchester, never a problem. I use trains Glasgow to Motherwell, Edinburgh, never a problem, says Steam Banker. No, it's never a problem for me, but I always think of it, like I always say, you know, I always try to put myself in the shoes of other people. Billy Kershaw, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Going to hit the like. Got the builders in, so it might be quiet for a week or two. Take care, Badgers. No worries, Billy. Hope it all goes well. Hope it all goes well. I won't use public transport as a wheelchair user. It's crap, and public is not a tie bolt. It's balls. Yeah, it's really yeah, because they don't. Yeah, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating for you and other people with disabilities, with people in the wheelchair. It really is frustrating for you guys. It's just very frustrating. Revolutions of the US on Twitch says lots of people, including children, are going to suffer. It's okay though, as the military and ICE are funded. I know. It's just horrible. And Democrats can't back down. And lots of people, healthcare costs are going to triple. Yeah, unions. I know that I've read that a lot of unions are really like just saying, just get round the table and just sort it out. And it's just like, well, it's not as simple as that. Like you don't understand. If the Democrats move on this, more Americans are going to be worse off if they allow the government, if they reopen the government on the Republicans' terms. There's a couple of unions out there who are just like, well, obviously at the end of the day, they're just trying to protect their members, which is understandable, but they're not seeing the bigger picture. In that, if the Democrats bend, more Americans are going to suffer, even more if the Republicans are just allowed to carte blanche what they want. And the thing is that this shutdown is exactly what Donald Trump wants as well. He wants this shutdown. We know he wants this shutdown because it gives them a reason to fire a bunch of workers as well. Trump's comments signal that shutdown could continue to drag on for some time as federal workers, including air traffic controllers, are set to miss additional paychecks. And there is uncertainty whether the 42 million Americans who receive federal food aid will be able to access the assistance. Senate Democrats have now voted 13 times against reopening the government, insisting that they need Trump and Republicans to negotiate with them first. The president said that the Democrats have lost their way and predicted that they will eventually capitulate to Republicans. I think they have to, Trump said, and if they don't, it's their problem. No, they're asking you to negotiate. Like, you call yourself a deal maker, Trump. Get round the table and deal with them. He also reiterated he's pleased the Republican leaders to change Senate rules and scrap the filibuster. Yeah, I did a short video on that one already. Yeah, they want to do just apply the filibuster to get round the issue, guys. Senate Republicans have repeatedly rejected the idea since Trump's first term, arguing that the rule requires 60 votes to overcome any objections in the Senate is vital to the institution. It allows them to stop Democrat policies when they are in the minority. Yeah. Because the Republicans want to be able to because if the Republicans get pushed out by the Dems will be able to do more good for them. Well, that depends on what kind of Democrats we have in power again. Republicans have to get tougher. Trump saying the CBS News, if we end the filibuster, we can do exactly what we want. Yeah, but if you lose power, then the Dems can do exactly what they want as well. So, yeah, it's both ways, guys. Trump administration faces a deadline to tell judges whether it will use contingency funds for SNAP. Yeah, judges. I'm glad the judges stepped in with regards to SNAP. Yeah, so many millions of Americans go on that. Trump wants riots too. That gives an excuse for martial law to be implemented. Yeah, he wants to impose the Insurrection Act. He wants a reason to. He needs a reason to do it. He needs Americans to do that. Yeah, he's trying that very, very much. Yeah. Month-long government shutdown in photos. Don't need photos of it, but yeah, I'm very sorry. I feel so sorry for a lot of people. East Wing ballroom donations by corporate owners create awkward moment for news outlets. What's on the ballot for the first general election since Donald Trump became president? FDA's top drug regulator resigns after federal official probes serious concerns. Judge again has barred Trump administration from deploying troops to Portland. Trump's testing plans for U.S. nuclear weapons won't include explosions, Energy Secretary says. Oh, well, Trump will be very upset about that because he wants to do massive explosions, and I'm sure he does. I can't understand a word you are saying, reading at that speed, lol. What speed? Eurotunnel will never happen for me. Bad enough down at the Clyde Tunnel. Yeah, there was always that rumor that they were going to build a long tunnel from Scotland to Norway. I don't know if that was ever a possibility. Would have been crazy one. That's for sure. World Cup hype collides with the reality of cartel violence in the Mexican state of Jalisco. Oh, Mexicans are supposed to be celebrating the Day of the Dead celebrations, and their mayor got murdered by cartel, I believe. I don't know if it's cartel, but definitely corruption there. Yeah, absolute terrible timing. Alison Keir, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. All hail the DPR. Second super chat of the day. Second one of the month. Second one of this week. Thank you so much, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a lovely week. And thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Powerful earthquake kills at least 20 people and injures hundreds in northern Afghanistan. Another earthquake, guys. Afghanistan right in the moment has been busy. They've been trying to negotiate with Pakistan, obviously, to try and calm the tensions between the two countries on the border, haven't they? 20 people killed. Powerful 6.3 magnitude earthquake shook northern Afghanistan before dawn on Monday. Don't know if they'll show any video footage. I've just muted it for a second. Killing at least 20 people and injuring more than 500.
لبده مرغه چې په بلخ او سمنګان ولایت کې نږدې 300 تنه زموږ هیوادوال ټپیان شوي دي. البته شهیدان هم تقریبا د 100 څخه پورته دي. د معلومات تر اوسه پورې ابتدایي ارقام دي. زموږ د ژغورنې ټیمونه همدارنګه روغتیايي ټیمونه په سیمه کې موجود دي. د افغانستان اسلامي امارت د عامه روغتیا وزارت د رهبرۍ لوري ټول روغتونونو ته امر شوی ترڅو آماده اوسېږي هغه ټپیان چې له هم په سیمه کې موجود دي د غوي لپاره روغتي خدمات وړاندې کړي او د غوي په ژغورنه کې کار وکړي. البته بیلابیل ادارات په دغه برخه باندې بوخت دي او د عامه روغتیا وزارت هڅه کوي چې د غوي سره په ګډه باندې د خپل هیوادوال د ژوند ژغورنې لپاره
Let's hope they recover the bodies as quickly as possible. Let's hope they get past that as quickly as possible. My condolences, of course, to all the lives lost. 6.0 magnitude earthquake. Bahrain province, Kowloon there. Oh, Matti Von Eric, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Use incognito browsing. Hashtag Brogu Gate. Thank you for the £2 super chat. Use incognito browsing. I use Google Chrome just in case anyone's wondering. The internet, the browser that I'm using. I should use a new browser. I know people have been telling me to change. I've had it for so long though. That's the problem. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Just two more for today's goal, guys. PO says, worked at a train station during the pandemic and security was problematic due to the number of people and the multiple entry points. So we really just reacted to things after they happen, says Peter. Yeah, what can you do when you've got so many entrances? It's very difficult. Very, very difficult indeed. And literally, I know, like, I know a lot of people who were really, like, kept getting stopped everywhere. Literally everywhere. Because of, during the pandemic, because they were like, are you supposed to be working? Where are you going? What are you doing? Like, all these kind of things. Making sure that people who are out are actually out and are actually working, making sure they're checking who they are. Powerful earthquake, at least 20 people. Ukraine gets more US-made air defense systems to counter Russia's deadly attack. That's good. What to know is Nigeria rejects US military threat over alleged Christian killings. What is this? What's this about? US cannot unilaterally carry out any military operations in Nigeria over its claims of Christian persecution in the West African country, a Nigerian president spokesperson told the Associated Press. Such military threat from Donald Trump is based on misleading reports and appears to be part of Trump's style for forceful in order of a sit-down to have a conversation, according to Daniel Buller, spokesperson for the Nigerian president. Bolin was responding to Trump's comments on Saturday that he had ordered the Pentagon to begin planning for potential military action in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, over alleged Christian persecution in the country. Based on what? Trump's blazing gun threats. Trump on Saturday doubled down on allegations that his government's failure to rein in the persecution of Christians in his West African country whose population of 250 million is split almost evenly between Christians and Muslims. Trump's wants, yeah, I said that. So much for the most peaceful president. I know. How is this peaceful? Exactly revolutions. Yeah. You can use incognito browsing with Chrome while streaming, so the targeted ads won't know your browsing history. That way we don't know what your feed is. We don't know what you feed your dogs to. Okay. I don't know how to do that, but thank you, appreciate it. To be fair, I do try to avoid it. It can't be helped sometimes, to be fair. Thank you, Stephen Bank, for £2 super chat for the Ollie Appreciation Society. Well, Ollie appreciates the £2 super chat, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians in the USA, will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria, and may very well go into the now disgraced country, guns blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. Trump posted on social media. Okay. Like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know a lot about Nigerian politics, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, like, it has its problems like every other country. You know, they all have their problems like every other country. Let me put it that way. Japan burst with pride as Dodgers' victory showcased homecoming heroes. It's the most watched video there. Oh, Heidi Klum revealed her 2025 Halloween costume. Have you guys seen her costume? Did you see this Halloween costume? This is absolutely terrifying. Let's see if I can show this to you guys. Yes, this is her. I'll mute the sound for you guys. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. What an amazing costume. I know some people are not going to like it, but look at that. That is incredible. What an incredible costume. Do you know what I really find fascinating is got the heads moving there as well. It's just absolutely incredible. Unbelievable. Really, really, absolutely incredible costume. Really, really, like, you see, every now and then you just see something that's really out of this world, and that's another one there. Absolutely incredible costume. Mississippi woman kills escaped monkey. Mississippi woman kills escaped monkey, fearing for her children's safety. Yeah, the snakes were moving on the top of her head. That's what I found more fascinating, more than anything, was the snakes moving. That's incredible. That was incredible, indeed. Right, let's switch gears here. We've got about... Yeah, we still got over 20 minutes left before we finish at lunchtime here. 5 seconds is far too long to dunk a biscuit, says Trip Chip. Sorry if I put people off, with that. I can understand some people didn't like that costume, to be fair, as well. No worries, Josh. Appreciate it. You're the only one in the Twitch chat, because we always have lots of people. Yeah, with there's more conversation over on YouTube, but I appreciate you being there in the Twitch chat. Nonetheless, so thank you. Al Jazeera here, guys. Let's see what they're saying today. Israeli air raid hit southern Gaza. 2 Palestinians killed in the West Bank. Let's have a look at the live feed. Israeli air raid have been reported in Khan Yunis of southern Gaza. Death toll in the besieged enclave has now risen to 236 since the ceasefire was agreed. 2 Palestinians, including a teenager, have been killed in attacks by Israeli forces and settlers in the occupied West Bank. We know they've been targeting the West Bank a lot more because of the so-called ceasefire. And I have to say ceasefire because it's not really a ceasefire, guys. We know it's not. Rebuilding Gaza begins in the classroom. An opinion piece there. UK government urged to act after pro-Palestinian journalist suffers health emergency in ICE detention. The family of a British Tunisian commentator and journalist has urged the UK government to take action after he suffered a health emergency in immigration and customs enforcement detention in the US. In a phone call with his wife this weekend, Sammy had shared that he was experiencing excruciating pain in his left side and need to be seen by medical professionals. His family said in a statement he's now been able to access medical attention. He remained deeply concerned that his continued detention is damaging his health. We demand that the UK government intervene immediately to ensure Sami is immediately returned home before his health suffers any further. What is the issue? This story was early last week. Why is he still being held? Why is he being held still? Why not allow him to return to the UK? I'm generally questioning, why is he still being held by ICE detention? Like, what is the reason for holding on to him? Like, I get it. They didn't like him speaking out against Israel in the US. Okay, fine. Let the guy go back home. What are you holding on to him for? Like, just let him go back. Like, what is the British government doing about this? This is ridiculous. I can't believe this guy is still being held up. A journalist here. Let the guy go home, for crying out loud. Erdogan slams Israel's poor ceasefire records, more than 200 being killed since the agreement. Erdogan has said that Hamas appears more determined than Israel to comply with the ceasefire in Gaza. That is true, and we've seen that. Video footage says it. Video footage and evidence on the ground has suggested that even though Hamas are still what they did on it, even though what they've done has been terrible, what the IDF's response has been horrible there. US has gone full Nazi Jesco and all too. I know. Her costume looked amazing. It did, Matty Von Erich, yeah. Sorry, I'm multitasking, says Ellie. It's all right. I was literally multitasking when Dave McGuinness was live streaming earlier, so it's fine. There's nothing wrong with a bit of multitasking. We're facing Erdogan says we're facing an administration that has massacred over 200 innocent people since the ceasefire agreement and continues its occupation on the attacks on the West Bank, he said. We cannot allow the annexation of the West Bank, the changing of Jerusalem's status, or attempts to change the sanctuary of Al-Alas Mosque. Well, can he do anything about it? What's happening in Gaza right now? This is 56 minutes ago. Artillery shelling in central Gaza. Israeli gunboats shelled the police. Why? What was this for? A Palestinian was wounded in Israeli drone attacks on civilians. Oh, yeah, that's definitely ceasefire, guys. Israeli artillery shell reports in Abbas Khan Yunis as well. The bodies of 45 killed Palestinian prisoners were transferred to Khan Yunis. A total of 270 bodies were returned to Gaza, with only 75 identified so far. Search for the bodies of 8 remaining Israeli captives continue in Gaza. Yeah, drone attacks. All these people. Palestine wounded by tear gas fired by Israeli forces west of Hebron. Like, this is not a ceasefire. Yes, Dave McGuinness, you are multitasking. You have typed in the chat and you are asking if you are multitasking. So yes, you are. Efforts underway to recover more bodies of captives in Gaza. 2 hours ago, Gaza hospital struggled to care for thousands of critically ill patients. Of course, they're still being overwhelmed because there's still attacks, still happening. What else is there? Iran grapples over social freedoms wars after the war with Israel. Nigeria rejects claims of Christian genocide. Sudan slams the RSF war crimes in Al Fashir as survivors recount the killings. I might cover that in a Rumble video. I've also got a short video going to cover that as well. Earthquake kills at least 20. We just saw that already. Iran not to hurry to resume nuclear talks with the US. Calls for justice after Mexico mayor killed during the Day of the Dead festival. Yeah, an absolutely terrible story that is as well. Technically, we're all multitasking in some way, shape, or form. We're talking, breathing, watching, typing. So we technically we are multitasking. It just depends what your definition of a multitask is. Going back to the UK here, photo shows damage to derailed train with significant disruption on the rail network. Jesus! Where was this? Where you on the derailed train? Where was this? Where was it? Train struck a landslide before. No injuries. Said now there were no injuries to either members of the public, the customers, or the staff involved in the service. Passengers and crew were told 87 people on the train were safely evacuated from the train. And Cumbria was staff and emergency services. Please confirm there were no injuries and no members of the public, staff, and services. That's good. Okay. Nobody was hurt, was harmed as well. That's good. Increase North Sea drilling to boost economy, US ambassador tells the UK. He does, obviously I don't really want to do that, but he does say something in here that I found fascinating when I was looking at this earlier. Where is it? You're using oil and gas, but you're importing it. Why not use your own, he asked. This is of course. Why are we importing what you're importing it? Why not use your own, he asked. He did ask the question. Why are we not using our own? Why are we importing it? Answers on a postcard, please. Pest controller reveals first sign you have an infection and the job you'll never forget. Farage and his reforms. Let's have a quick look at the politics here. Farage predicts early general election in 2027 due to economic collapse. Airport security style scanners at train stations ruled out by the government. Yep, that's a stupid idea. Reform councillor defects to Tory after becoming uncomfortable with the party. James Burton said he wanted to be able to look at my family in the eye and say that's not who I am after his former party announced plans to scrap indefinite leave to remain. And a former UK councillor has defected to the Tories after becoming uncomfortable with Nigel Farage's party. He said he wanted to be able to look at my family in the eyes and say that's not who I am. His former party announced plans to scrap indefinite leave to remain. The Dartford Borough councillor, who won his seat for reform in a by-election in July, said the policies create a huge amount of fear and anxiety. He also accused the party of having a pretty unfortunate way of treating people. In a statement, Mr. Burton, I stood for election with the sole aim of working for my community, getting things done for local families. Having had the opportunity to see reform on the inside, I'm concluded that the party doesn't really have the experience or the ambition to do that. He said, relying on rhetoric and slogans isn't going to help real families in the communities, he said. Like this, the more I saw of reform Russia, the more uncomfortable I felt to be a part of it. Things like a proposal to remove indefinite leave to remain from all non-EU residents who are working here perfectly illegal is an example that could be devastating for decent people who have built a life here and contributed to our country, he added. Earlier this year, Reform announced that it would axe indefinite leave to remain and replace it with a new visa that will require migrants to reapply to live in the UK as part of her plans to tighten immigration. The Conservative Council leader Jeremy Carr welcomed Mr. Burton, who represents Stonehenge Ward, to the party. James knows that that getting elected isn't about power, it's about service and being supportive of people, he said. A Reform source told the PA News he got elected in July as a Reform councillor. He should resign his seat, but he won't because he knows he will lose under the Tory banner. We look forward to winning his seat back as soon as possible. So this guy saw the light and realised, oh, Reform are much worse than I thought. I better go back to the Conservatives. He was probably a big supporter of Conservatives, then joined Reform and didn't realise just how bad it would be. Shops in Cumbria. Sharp, not shop in Cumbria. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Out of the fire into the frying pan, says Mutty Fun Eric. How dare you? I've never multitasked in my life. At least not in public, says Peter M. Revolution says, looks like a better economy if I sell you an apple. I sell you an apple and you sell me and you sell me an apple, and if we just eat what we have. Yeah, looks like that. It's a lot of bending moves. Trip says there as well. Interesting story, isn't it? Baganoff, a rebuilding Tory party as she marks first year as leader. She survived as 1 year as a leader. Insane, guys. Insane. PM won't discipline Chancellor despite regretting me email oversight and local race of rental row. She done nothing wrong. Read the context, guys. Look, she did nothing wrong in the context of it. Like, read it up. Like, I get people want to see the Chancellor gone. Okay, but I'm telling you this right now. She has done nothing wrong. It was the estate company that fudged it for her. Okay? Stop talking about that story. It's a dead story. She done nothing wrong. It wasn't her fault. It was the people she hired to do a job didn't do their job. Context matters. Read it up. I know people want to see her gone. I get it. But, you know, don't just call for her head when you haven't even read the full context of it. Middle Eastern Eye here. Exclusive inside the UAE secret Sudan war operation Somalia Bosphoro there. Israel launches attacks and home demolitions in Gaza violating the ceasefire. There is no ceasefire. It's just word salad. 36 Palestinians, a masterpiece in 1986 Arab revolt. US courts question legality of pro-Palestine British journalist detention. Hamas rejects US claims of aid looting in Gaza as fabricated. Israel to appoint new army lawyer after Palestinian prisoner rape scandal. Oh, God. Do you know what's really horrible about this story, guys? It's not even just the crime itself. Israeli people and the government are more outraged that that the story got out rather than the actual crime itself. That's the worst part about it. Almost wiped out Israeli restrictions stifle recovery of Gaza's farmland. Satellite images show most of al-Fascist civilians likely still trapped. Why so many Jews campaigning for Zohar Madani in New York City? Because he's been honest with them about what he wants to do. He's speaking and listening to their concerns. That's how you approach it. Saudi Arabia's unbeatable AI pitch having oil and gas to burn. A full list of ceasefire violations in Gaza. That would take forever for me to read. That would take forever to me to read. I'm not going to... It's going to... I've only got so much time. The list would be... I would expect it to be like tons and tons and tons of paragraphs there. Still got one more super chat to get over the line, guys. We've got about 9 minutes left. If we can get that last super chat, it'd be greatly appreciated, guys. NBC News, with Trump's focus elsewhere, the economy shows signs of trouble. The shutdown is intensifying anxiety over the economy, creating a bleak picture for some Republicans, sounding the alarm. GOP shoulders more shutdown blame as signs of voter relegation as both parties pile up. Trump administration faces Monday deadline to respond to judge's snap order. 16 minutes ago, Trump says he feels badly for royal family over Andrew Epstein scandal. My poor friend Prince Andrew, I feel so sorry for him. Weird. Exclusive Trump administration planning a new mission in Mexico against the cartel, US officials say. You can't, it's not your country, you can't do that. Key to the Bills beating the Chiefs in the playoffs. Oh, that's false. Pete Hegseth visits DMCs ahead of talks on US troops in South Korea. Candidates make their closing pitches before Election Day in New Jersey and Virginia. Cross fingers it goes well for the Dems. I really do hope it goes well for them there. I haven't really been paying too much attention to it, so I can't really comment on it. I've only heard bits and bobs about it personally. Thank you, Alison Keir, for helping me reach today's Super Chat goal. Pingu would like to say thank you, guys. This is Pingu, who is the Foreign Minister for the Democratic Penguins Republic and of McDonald's Island. Thank you for that, guys. Thank you for your support for him and the Democratic Penguins Republic, who are still continuously suffering from the evil Trump tariffs from the administration. So your support does help him and the island, so greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who contributed for the Super Chat goal today. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Really helpful. Which tea collapse before you can dunk? A good biscuit for the dunk averse, says Peter. You know what? I've never been a tea person, but when I've got hot chocolate, whenever I've had hot chocolate, I don't put biscuit in it. I know it's like a traditional thing, tea and biscuit. It's a traditional thing for some people. Democrats brace for Nancy Pelosi possible retirement. Oh no, Nancy Pelosi's gonna retire. She has been problematic. Is all I will say. What else is going on here? Candidates closing election. Video shows orcas hunting great white sharks and devouring their liver. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't need to see that, thank you. Trump says immigration raids haven't gone far enough. Are you crazy? Have you been watching? Have you even I haven't watched many videos, but I've seen enough there, you know. They are American first, not Israeli first, despite how Cuomo wants to twist it. Yeah, Andrew Cuomo is a terrible, terrible person. Like, I know we are still I know we're literally one day away from, because I believe it's tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow's the election is the official day of voting, isn't it, for New York mayoral race, isn't it? Tomorrow's the 4th, isn't it? Like, I'm still, like, I'm a little bit nervous about it because I still want, like, because even though the polls are all saying Zoran's going to win, there's always that possibility of what if. So I really hope it's comfortable for him. Judge again bars Trump administration for deploying troops to Portland. Yep, Polanski retirement. Lawyer for man arrested in Michigan says FBI has no evidence of Halloween terror plot. In US first, New Mexico launches free childcare for all. Free childcare for all. Sounds good. Any other interesting stories there? Couple of ones there. Got a couple of other websites to look at. We only got 5 minutes, so let me run through some of the others here. Let's have a look and see what African news is saying here, guys. Passengers stranded at Tanzanian airport as contested elections disrupts air travel. Oh god, that's not good. Yeah, Zoran is slated to win an landslide. Yeah, he is, but it's like you can't. I just want it. There's always that what if, and I don't want to jinx anything. You know. I'm very confident he will win, but I'm just like, let's wait until it's finally done and dusted. You know, then he can finally start getting things done. You know. My fear is what's going to happen after he gets elected, how the Trump administration are going to react. I'm very worried that the Trump administration are going to do something dangerous, do something crazy. I'm very worried about that as well. I already read it. Too late. Trump is Zoran's very likely to win. Let me put it that way. Monday marks final day for Guinea presidential election candidates. Nigeria's government response to Trump's military actions. We saw that already. Egypt's immediate new antique museums opens after 2-decade build. Landslide leaves at least 27 dead in western Kenya. My condolences, of course. Catholic Pope renews call for Sudan's ceasefire and humanitarian corridor. Moroccan king welcomes UN support for its Western Sahara autonomy plan. Hundreds of voodoo worshippers mark Day of the Dead in Haiti. Any other stories here we haven't seen? Some interesting ones there. No, that looks about it there for Africa. A couple of different interesting news is there. Going back to the UK here. Still got a few minutes left. Reeves spending plans more than 100 tax and spending plans. The Chancellor there. Leaving the ECHR won't stop boats. 300 organisations warn. Yep. How many people do we need to say that? Like, it's leaving the European Convention on Human Rights will do nothing to stop the boats. Union boss says she doesn't know if Starmer will stay Labour leader. Baganoff has 6 months to save her Tory leadership. The Tories and their leadership MPs say. You've given her a year. Is that not enough? Starmer to face cabinet backlash if he breaks pledges on income tax. Reeves is considering exit tax for wealthy Britons fleeing the country. Oh, you want to leave the country. You don't like paying taxes. Okay, you're going to be hit with an exit tax. Yeah, that'll be another couple million out of your pocket, please. Yeah. Farage plans to scrap ILR would be blocked in the courts, lawyers say. Giles Santana says, Christ hit your party is a 30-year project. Yeah, we covered that. We mentioned that on Friday. I think it did. Derailed train hits landslide in Cumbria, dozens on board. What else there is? Prince Andrew latest. Community in shock after 9-month-old baby killed in a dog attack. Oh my god. DWP bonus payment, who is eligible? There's a question there as well. Britons have tougher views on immigration than Americans. Study finds apparently. Immigrants sue over horrific conditions inside Chicago's ICE facility. Anything else? The sponsor's story. And there. Some odd stories here. Got about a minute left, so let's just have a quick nose at the New York Times before we head out. I know it's hitting 12 o'clock. Let's just have a quick nose before we go here, guys. Well, Trump's tariff deal tilt the playing field towards China. Judge extends block of Trump's National Guard deployment to Portland. Yep, we saw that already. Any other stories you haven't seen here? Arrest in Leroy High shows power of DNA database in solving crime. DNA caught them, looks like. Perhaps them. Have they actually caught them? I know they caught suspect, but did they actually catch the actual people who did it? That's the question. Have they actually caught the people responsible? That's the question. More than voting. Early voting with more than 735,000 ballots cast in New York City mayoral race. Tuesday is election day. Let's make history, my friends, he says. Yep, it is tomorrow. Thank you, Zoran, for confirming what I thought. And yeah, we are going to talk about it tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow on Global News, we will talk about it. How Morado future-proofed his dictatorship as well. A couple of stories there as well. Okay, guys. So just before I head out, let me just give you guys a quick recap of what's happening this week. So I'll be back live tonight at 8 o'clock with the Viewpoint. I'll be covering news from the UK. So if you guys want to join me at 8 o'clock UK time tonight, please feel free to join me for that. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'll be back again with another Good Morning Show Tuesday. We got one every day, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. both here on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you guys want to join me for the rest of the week, please feel free to do so as well. I'll be going live on Tuesday evening as well at 6 o'clock for Global News, covering news from outside the UK. We will touch up on the New York mayoral race and give my final thoughts as we wait in anticipation to see what the outcome of that will be. Definitely be looking forward to talking about that on Wednesday and Thursday possibly as well. Wednesday night will be the Reganelite watch along. I'm going to be covering more on Zondami, probably covering the New York mayoral race as well on that night as well as other things as well. So do join me for that one, where we watch and react to certain clips and videos online used on X. So do join me for that if you can on there as well. Thursday night, myself and One Angry Pagan on YouTube only. We'll be covering all stuff on environment, green policy, climate change, and all that kind of stuff. Only on YouTube for Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So do join us for that show as well. And Friday will be another Good Morning Show at 11 a.m. So that's a plan at the moment for this week. But obviously things can change. So then I'll let you guys know via post if there's any changes. But thank you guys all for coming along. Thank you for everyone who left super chats today. It is greatly appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your days, whatever you guys are doing. And yep, take care, everyone. Thanks all for being here. And thank you, Revolutions, also for being for chatting to me on Twitch. It's nice to have a friendly chatter on Twitch, because 9 times out of 10 it's someone who just comes on and is very, very rude. So thank you for engaging on Twitch. I really appreciate that, because it's normally the quietest quiet chat, so we appreciate it. But yeah, guys, on your way out, if you can, just for me, hit that like button, share this across social media, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're on Twitch, please consider hitting the follow button and the bell notification icon so when I go live next time on there as well. If you're on YouTube, if you want to financially support me in the work that I do here on this channel, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Oh, and do check out Rumble and Patreon. Links for them in the description for exclusive content. I haven't posted any content, any free content at the moment, but I plan on recording some today for you guys for the rest of the week. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.